Alright guys, what's going on? We got an awesome review. Shredder's Revenge is out now, and it is just as amazing as you guys think it's going to be. We were fortunate enough to get a review code of it, and we're going to go ahead and let you guys know what we think. Basically, when you first start the game, it's amazing because there's this remixed intro, and it is beautifully animated. And if you guys have seen the announcement trailer that Dotemu and Tribute Games put out, that's the same intro that you've seen. Now, unfortunately, that is the only thing that's animated in the game. It would have been nice if, like, when you beat it, like some of the ending would have been animated. That would have been cool. But at least we have this intro, and it's cool. And I really like the way it's done, and it sounds so much better than what the arcade one-up did with the song. With you know if you guys remember what happened there. But the game itself, old school arcade action, and that's exactly what I want in a Ninja Turtles game. Ninja Turtles games, like, the best way to play it is definitely, like, you know, that old school, like, 90s, 80s arcade feel, and that's what it gives. That's what this game really gives from it. You know, we have, like, the 16-bit sprites, but, like, you know, since we're not limited to, like, you know, the 90s technology, we actually have a lot more color. What's great about it is that the turtles themselves, they all have personalities. I mean, you know, when you go look at the older, like, Ninja Turtle games, like it's the arcade games, they were basically, all four were the same turtles, just, like, when they attacked, they just had a different weapon. Even though, like, you know, it was supposed to be Donatello had the longest range, the way he attacked was really like he was attacking, like, the same range as Raphael. Here, like, you know, definitely Donatello has the reach, like, when you play as him. You know, Mikey, like, you feel the speed with Mikey when you play as with Mikey. And what's great is, like, not only do we have the four core turtles, they also included April and Splinter in the game, and which I thought that was amazing, and something I never expected that I wanted in a Ninja Turtle game has happened. And that is, we actually have 6-player co-op in this game.
Wagon. Let's go.
And, like, so, growing up, one of my favorite arcade games was the X-Men arcade game. And I loved it just because the cabinet, like, you had 6 players on it. You always had, like, 2 screens. You had one screen that was always, like, crisp and clear, and then you had that other screen that was, like, dying, and it had that yellowingness. And, like, I don't know why. Every arcade place I went to, no 2 X-Men arcade screens were, like, good this way. Like, we're like the perfect match. But this game, obviously, we don't have that. You have, like, you know, widescreen TV, so everyone's on there. 6-player of this game is complete madness, as you expect it to be. So when you play 6 players, it is, like, especially with the turtles, it is kind of hard to see which one, because all the turtles have the same skin color, so it is kind of hard to see which one is which. And I did find myself a lot of times, like, I thought I was attacking someone, but no, and then I found out I was in the corner, like, just attacking nothing, and while, like, everyone else was, like, you know, bashing on the foot. There is a way to find out, like, where you are when you are playing 6 players. If you do lose yourself, if you press the one of the trigger buttons on the back of your controller, it'll show you, like, where you are. So, you know, whatever player you are, if you're, like, player 1, you'll see a P1 over yourself, and that's a way you can, like, easily find yourself, which I really appreciate them doing that. So, like, you know, you can play this whole game single player, but really the fun comes from the multiplayer. Like, once I beat the campaign mode, like, by myself, it was hard for me to kind of like go back. There are some challenges, which I thought it was like, and then some achievements as well, built into the game, where I felt like, okay, this kind of makes me go back. But the real fun really comes from playing multiplayer. And as long as you have like one other person playing with you, it just feels really fun. It's really easy to pick up and play. That's really the good thing about it, is that once you get once you have like two players, you have like these like special moves you guys can do together, and it's not complicated. You just press the attack button, and like once both you guys press the attack button at the same time, it just does it for you.
Let's go.
So you're doing all these cool moves, but you're really just pressing like one button, and there are like some other moves, like you have a dodge roll in this one, which I really appreciate, so that's really cool. You have your standard jump, you have your special button, you also have a special meter, so no more like losing health for doing special moves. You actually can do it without that. And also there's progression in the game, which I was really surprised about. So your turtles like level up, and so each character can go up to level 10. And like now, there are two modes for this game. There's story mode, and then there's arcade mode. In arcade mode, you don't really level up. Everyone is on the same playing field. Everyone has almost all of their abilities unlocked, except the special meter bar doesn't go to 3, and you don't have your radical like special move when unlocking that. But you do have like all your other special meters and everything and then everyone is like, you don't have to worry about your health bar being increased or decreased. Story mode, like the more points you get, the higher level you get, and you go all the way to level 10. And that's where I feel like more people will be playing the story mode more than the arcade mode, because story mode you actually have that level up progression, and while arcade it's just more of like that if you want to just beat it in a single sitting.
Party favors for every foot.
And speaking of single sittings, you can beat this game in a single sitting. It takes about 2 hours. Each level is about 10 minutes long, and there are 16 levels in this game. In fact, when my friend was playing with me, and then he saw that there was like level 16. By the time he got to level 5, he was like, okay, let's take a break. And he was like, I'll come back to it. So I feel like arcade mode is a great thing to have. I just wish they edited it down so it would be like you can have it like where you can just play for like 30 minutes, where they maybe like cut out some of the levels or something like that, like in a normal arcade. But in arcade mode, it's more of a challenge because you have limited lives, you have limited continues, and there's only so much you can actually do. The game itself has like lots of Easter eggs, like a lot of Easter eggs. Like, when your turd gets flattened, he gets flattened like he did in Turtles in Time. You look in the background, you see a lot of like foot, you see a lot of like things from other episodes of the show, other references to other games. If you like in the last level, you're gonna see that the time is actually 3 a.m. So that's like a big reference for a lot of people who play Turtles in Time. Also, there are these unlockable cameos in the game, in which are characters that you remember from the show, including like the people from Channel 6. We also have the Punk Frogs. So a lot of like Easter eggs in there. And then also in the story mode, what you also have is you have like these unlocks to do, and so you got to go and find we got to go find the cameo characters. You got to go find like the items like they're missing, like the video cassettes or like the newspapers. And it is like kind of like you might think like, oh, maybe I might need to go online to find where these items are. Honestly, all you have to do is just hit a lot of stuff. As long as you break everything, you will find everything. It's like, in fact, my son was the one who helped me find like the first like cameo character, because there was a door and someone was like pounding on the door and he said, "Hey, Dad, go to the door." And so I did, and then look and behold, there was a Burn Thompson like right there. I was like, oh, okay. And the animation in this game has been like incredible, because they don't have that limitations like they did from like Super Nintendo or even arcade back 20, 30 years ago. They can do a lot more, and every time like someone would grab me and spin me around, my son would be laughing, and I don't know if he was laughing at my misfortune or the actual thing, but he loved every second of everything. And like, I mean, I was smiling, except for the part where I was like, losing lives. That was like, but like, so also I want to talk about the voices, because the voices, I'm so happy. One, they actually have voices. If you played the original arcades, we had like, sound clips, but not really too many voices. But here we have all 4 turtles are voiced by the original voice actors.
You turned out the lights.
And in fact, they even reprised their bad guys that they have done in the past as well, which I was like really happy about. The unfortunate thing is that, unfortunately, those were the only guys they got. For the other characters, especially like, April, Splinter, and the unlockable Casey Jones, which was recently revealed, they're not voiced by their original actors.
Where did the bad guys go? Come on, Yahoo!
Which is kind of a shame, and it is like, it would have been really nice. I really like the April's voice actors, but some of the other voice actors, it was not my favorite from them. But I mean, I do like that the fact that they're voiced and they're not silent. It does add characters to the game. And one thing I did like is when Raphael, like whenever he loses life, he actually says, "Give me a break." I thought that was pretty cool.
What idiot dropped this on the floor?
So not only we have voices, we also have songs, and we have like brand new songs that are made specifically for this game, and then we got like some remix songs that we've heard from other Ninja Turtle games, including like Manhattan Project, which have a really cool beat to them. And then also we also have some levels where you're on the skateboard or hoverboard, like I guess hover cheapskate you want to call it. But when you're on there, we actually have like some like vocal songs to go with it, and it really like adds to the beat. I really like that. It really like makes me want to just keep playing more as I listen to these songs. In fact, we even have a brand new song from Ghostface Killah and Raycon from Wu-Tang, which is like excellent. And my friend, who's a huge Wu-Tang fan, I had to like share the song with him, and he was like excited, and that actually made him go buy this game. So out of all like the great things about this game, and I didn't even talk about the internet function. The online functionality is really like easy pick and play. Like you can go and host a game, or you can go invite friends, and you can just go and start a game, or you can go in the middle of someone's actual game. Now I do want to say that we have the Switch version, so it might vary between versions, but we didn't have any problems with getting into a game or joining up a party into a game with the actual Switch version with it. But I've had some I've had some issues with the online. One of my big problems with the online, and again, this is Switch version, so I don't know, but I can't talk about PC or PlayStation. But whenever I entered online game, and then I would go out. First, I would when I leave, I end up with that host person's online game, and then when I wanted to join another online game, I would have to go in, close out the actual game itself. I had to go into the Switch menu and actually close the game, and then get back in to do it. I'm hoping that's something they can fix. But I was having that problem with the online features. And then we have some other online bugs, and which is, I ran into this a lot, and it was either invisible enemies or invisible players. At one point, there was a point when I was trying to play, and then all of a sudden my character got stuck in an escalator, and then I had to watch the bad guys get beat by nobody, and then I couldn't even continue. And so I had to disconnect myself, because I have a feeling, because if I didn't, they couldn't continue on. I know the game came out, usually these things happen because testing wise, there's so many variables that you can't predict. I understand that, but hopefully we can get some of this cleared up before later, so online will be more smooth. One of my other issues is that I played the game for a good while, and I feel like I know how to play the game. However, every time I start the game, it gives me this how to play the game, and this isn't oh hey, you do this, and then it lasts maybe 30 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds. No, it's a good minute of it goes through 21 different options to do, where I have to keep finding myself to hold start to skip it. And I wish there was an option to not have that start up, just to have a just do thing that says, oh, do you want to know how to play before you start the game? And then I kind of talked about this earlier, but the length of the game, I have no problem with the length of the story mode. Because I really think because each level takes about 10 minutes. One thing I was kind of worried about going in, because my big problem with the Scott Pilgrim game that was released I think 10 years ago, in that game, when you each level, I felt like it was almost 20 to 30 minutes. It felt like the length was too long for that kind of beat 'em up game. This one, each level is about you can beat each level under 10 minutes. So the length of the levels is not my problem. It's just that how many levels there are. There's 16. Story mode, that's fine, because I have no problem with okay, I can play 5 levels today, and then play another 5 levels tomorrow, but when you ask me to try to beat the arcade, and then that's really asking a lot of commitment to sit down and go through 16 levels in one sitting, and I just wish I wish in the arcade mode they had an option just to make the arcade length shorter. I like the challenge, but now thankfully most systems, including the Switch, have a suspend option, so you could always play halfway and then suspend. Obviously you can't do that online, but if you're playing by yourself and you want to go for the challenge, you can at least do it that way. But other than those, this game has been great. It has exceeded my expectations, which my expectations was really high going in. Like I said, the best way to play this game is with friends, and I love the fact that we have either couch co-op or we have online co-op, and it's really easy to pick up and play for any of your friends who if they never picked up and played this game. My wife had an easy time playing this game, and she doesn't play video games, so let us know if you've the game has been out for a while, so let us know if you've played it. Let us know how you feel. Let us know if you unlocked all 7 endings. We still have not done that, and my turtles are pretty high levels. Unfortunately, the other 3 characters that are not turtles, they're kind of low, because I like the turtles better. I'm kind of like, I don't know, turtle racist or something like that. Let us know in the comments below, and alright, till next time, guys. See ya. Like, not have that start up, like, just to have like a just do thing that just says, oh, do you want to know how to play before you start the game? That's, you know, I need, like, you know, just that.